Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. Today it's going to be all about the Mercier. Yeah, it's going to be all about Laura Mercier and 3 of their new products. I bought this new Wildflower eyeshadow palette. Going to be showing you swatches. Going to be doing this eye with it. Got their new blurring powder and we're going to be taking it up against their regular powder. And then we're going to put these on. These Petal Soft, and they are Petal Soft lipstick creams. We're going to put each one of those on so you can see what they all look like. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing all of that Laura Mercier goodness, just keep watching. I'm really excited about today because I get to do, new makeup. I filmed a Get Ready With Me before this one where I put on other new makeup. Now everything in this video is going to be Laura Mercier, or everything you see me use anyway is going to be Laura Mercier. But I do want to say, if you're picking up on sparkles and stuff on my face, it's because there was a eyeshadow I used before this Get Ready With Me, and it had sparkles in it. And when I washed my face, try as I might, I used 3 different cleansers, it's still on my face. So I am hoping that it's only detectable in a 10 magnification mirror, but I can look at it and see it. Anyway, I'm really excited. I love it when Laura Mercier sends me things, of course, but I really love it when I get new stuff that I purchased from Laura Mercier, and then they round it out with something else that I didn't buy. And that's the case here today with these lip crayons that they sent. Couldn't stand it. I got into them. and so that's how come I can tell you that they're very lightweight lipstick, sheer even. Some of them are more sheer than others, but they're all very comfortable. They don't last a long time, so it's not like, you're going to put this on and 8 hours later you got lipstick. But, it doesn't really leave behind a stain or anything, so if you want to switch colors, you can totally do that. Just letting you know that we're having a bunch of rain, and if you like the sound of rain, maybe you can hear that in the background. It doesn't seem to be storming enough that I'm afraid we're going to lose power, so we're going to go ahead and do this. But I just put the regular Laura Mercier powder on my lids. But one of the fun things we're going to do today is open this. I just got this. This is the new blur powder, and I'm going to put one on one side and one on the other. I got a feeling it's not going to look any different. I think what the thing is going to be is that this is mica based and this is talc based. That's what I think it is they brought out a powder that doesn't have talc. And also I cheated. I did already use this palette, but I put it back in the box. Not because I'm trying to fake you out or anything, but because I just think that the box is pretty and it helps give it an extra layer of protection because it's slippery. For some reason, this thing is slippery. Let's look at it. And some of you might be going, oh, so boring. Okay, well, some days you just don't want to be all colorful and stuff. And this, I think, is a perfect eyeshadow palette for the everyday woman. I really do. I think it's beautiful. This row kind of all goes together. This row kind of, like, you could do a whole look with this row and like a whole look with this row. And of course you could be like me and just be all over the place. But maybe I should show you some swatches before we go forward. Left to right on my hands, not in the palette. Guava, pink stucco sateen, sandstone, peachy pink sateen, morning dew, light neutral pink matte, buttercream, light neutral yellow matte, stellar, neutral champagne with silver shimmer sateen, ginger warm nude matte, coffee ground deep chocolate taupe matte, topaz medium brown taupe luster, cashmere medium pink brown matte, fresco deep chocolate taupe matte, cognac shimmery brown red sateen, cafe au lait golden brown matte. I did have to build those up so that you could see them because some of these are very light and I'm light. On a darker skinned person, these would show up a lot better than they do on me. And for that reason, I almost returned the palette. Not because the shadows aren't finely milled and beautiful, but I'm used to a shadow that goes bam and it's got a lot of punch to it. There's something to be said for subtle, soft too. Ultimately, I decided I was going to keep the palette because I found that this is a perfect palette for me for just like everyday, not, you know, trying to be glammed out, just soft, pretty, French, barely there, nude kind of makeup. Just taking that first shade and see the difference. You can see it. It's just very soft. So I guess I didn't need to powder my lids because I could have used this, right? Yes. And coming in the corner here. Naturally, depending on the brush that I use, it's going to concentrate it more or less. This is a very splayed out goat hair brush. So, you know, if I really want to pack it on, I'm going to choose something else like this, the Mel brush. Okay, see, watch the difference. Let's put it in the inner corner so you can see the difference. See, it makes a difference what brush you use too. So before you say, well, this eyeshadow doesn't perform, is it that or is it the brush you're using? Okay, so there we go. I have now brightened up the innermost part of my eye. This has a little tiny bit of sheen to it. Just a little bit. It's like actually very brilliant because it isn't a matte, but it could almost pass for a matte. I don't know, I'm just getting to the point where I don't like a lot of sparkles all over my face, so something like that really appeals to me. I think that we're just going to continue along this row. I'm just going to come into the next shade and we'll just do our transition a little bit, just start building it up slowly. That's very subtle. I have something in mind for this palette because I need something very subtle for this video that I wanted to do. And I'm having a hard time finding that in my collection, something that just is like, is there eyeshadow in there? So I think this shade might be a good shade for that. Just enough that it looks like it's not actually eyeshadow, like maybe it's the contours of my eye instead of eyeshadow. And then I'm going to come to the one right next to it and build it up a little bit more. And you just get this very subtle look that I'm finding. The older I get, the more appreciative I'm getting of that look. And then the one right next to it is just a shade darker. So I'm moving down on my eyelid now and coming up. I'm really liking that. This gradual getting darker and darker. If you have a problem with blending out your shadows, if you took this palette and you just went right down the line and just kept doing the same thing, gradually building one shade on top of the other. See, now I've moved to the last shade. And I just keep doing the same thing, and I'm just building this, and I like it. And I was just doing that from here on, just one shade right after the other, blending them into each other, and it just gets this gradual building of a faint contour on the eye. Really like it. And now I think I'm going to take this and come into the sheen and really build up here on the inner part of my eye. Also, if you don't have very big eyelashes, using a light eye like this tends to make your eyelashes look bigger. And you know I can't stand it. I gotta come and get that. I know I'm probably gonna do that. And notice I just keep using the same brush too. I love this brush. I'm just patting into that very darkest shade and patting right here on the outskirts of my lid, just deepening that up even more. Maybe this one right here. And I'm just going to take the side of my Mel number 21 rephr brush and darken this out here a little bit. Just a little. Feel like Bob Ross again today. Just a little. Painting a little happy line. Right there, just a little happy line. I give this palette a thumbs up, and I'm going to keep it because I love it. Okay, now I've got this Laura Mercier eyeliner here. It is in, I don't know, some chocolate brown. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my lid. I think on camera this comes off just a little bit too warm, or warmer than I like it anyway. So when I get my new one, I'm going to get it in the dark brunette, because when I was over there playing with the stuff at the counter the other day, which, what is it with them? It's like nobody's in sight. The minute you touch something on the counter, they come in and they're like, what are you doing? I'm going to do my mascara off camera because I don't want to open up my Laura Mercier Caviar Volume. I'm not opening up that tube. There's too much here I have to go through. So I'm going to do my mascara and I'll be right back. Let's put on some foundation here. This is just my standby Laura Mercier foundation. I'm just going to put it in the middle of my face and then spread it out from there. I'm excited to try the powder because I want to see. I mean, I think personally that Laura Mercier's powder, I mean, it was iconic, right? So they didn't do this because it didn't blur or anything. They did this because of the talc. I just know that that's why this powder doesn't have any talc. The other powder does. So I'm sure it's going to do exactly the same thing as the other one, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it will just magically do something that the other one didn't. What would that be? So on this side of my face, I'm going to use my Laura Mercier regular setting powder, and then we're going to open this one here, and let's just see. What is the big deal here? Translucent Loose Setting Powder Ultra Blur. And as I said, see, it says mica is the first thing on this one, not talc. So I've not even opened this yet. You know I gotta rip all the holes off. So let's just look at those next to each other. New one, and that's the old one here. I want to feel. The new one does feel real slippery, probably because of the mica. But we're gonna put one on one side and one on the other. Got two of the F12 setting powder brushes. We're going to use these, one on one side, one on the other. Get some of the new powder and let's see. While we're just hanging out here having some fun playing with makeup, this seems to be the best way to let everybody know something. So I'm just letting you guys know that I'm going to be taking a break here for about a week or so. I can't hardly edit without the glasses I ruined. I just decided that it was time to just go ahead and get my examination and my new glasses, and so I'm upgrading the lenses in my existing glasses as well. So it's kind of hard with little cheaters to do what I need to do, so it's a good time for a little vacay. I think that the original is a thicker powder. I like using this powder with the puff. Can you guys tell the difference between the two powders, the way they look? They do feel different. I kind of can't tell. So to me, it seems like it just doesn't have talc. Since we're playing in powders, let's get the Celestial Light out. So any glow is coming from this. See that highlight? Ooh, it's so pretty. I'm going to use a little bit of this bronzer. Just kind of warm up my face a little. Not a lot. I don't think I'm going to do this. I should have done this beforehand. You know, I mean, I really don't need it because that bronzer has a blush in it. So, nah, I'm not gonna. But these are beautiful. Now for the exciting lip box. I'm not going to tell you that I haven't worn these. I have, okay? But I like the little container that they're in, so I'm just keeping them there. And here's the shades. You'll see from this spot on my lip that sometimes it's not covered, so hopefully you can see which ones are more opaque. But I really enjoy these. They're fast, easy. You can just throw one in your purse or your pocket. To me, these are a combination of a lip balm and a lipstick. So very nourishing feeling. They all look the same thing, just different colors. They all have this little cap, and you know, you twist them up like so. Very easy to take on the go. Let's try them on together.
Driving at night, windowless ride, feeling alive. Nothing in sight, forever in flight. Follow those lines, we'll make it this time. Blurry street lights, work as a guide to memories that we're making tonight. Oh yeah, we'll make it tonight. Yeah. I'll do anything that I feel like I wanna do. I'm living life like I got nothing left to prove. No end in sight, just always staying on the move. I'll go all night if that's just what I got. Life's too short to care about what you can't afford. Memories are in what you explore, so just don't be ignored. Go ask for more, go ask for more. 'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? I'll just breathe in. 'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute.
I hope you guys found that fun. Have you got any of these things? Are you gonna get any of them? Let me know below, all right? And I want to let you know you are the best part of the Fritzy family. I love you so much. Come and get a hug. Come here. Come here. There you go, all right? If you're not feeling blessed and you want to, and who wouldn't, then all you got to do is go out and be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya. Bye. And I'm out.
In 3, 2, 1, take 475. This is a nice clapper box. Clap, 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 clap. Do the funky chicken, do the funky chicken. Woo, woo, woo. I forgot what I was saying. Do 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 Maybe I should show you some swatches before we go forward. Before we go forward. I'm coming up into my crease with this. Honey, it looks so bliss. You're welcome. I just came up with that right on the spot. That look that you're always trying to get, you know? She's got the look. I'm loving that song lately. She's got the look. She's got the look. Show do be cooking in my book. Show do be cooking in my book. I got a hunka burning eyeshadow. No, it isn't. It's eyeliner. I got a hunka eyeshadow. I got a hunka burning love. I got a hunka burning love. Gosh, wasn't Elvis just like the most perfect man? Oh.